Well, John is a good friend of mine. One day he approached me, he sent out an email talking about the vision, his vision for the Dragon's Nest. So he talked about how it would bring about the startup scene, mentoring people who want to get into the startup. He talked about the vision behind, similar to Google. It has a very different vibe to it. So I said to myself, I want to be part of something like this. I found potential in this venture.
President L.A. Sevilla. So you're currently the president of JCI Manila and also the president of FR Sevilla. Welcome to Dragon's Nest.
Thank you, John, for having me here.
So we gave you the design, so we gave you the floor plan, and from there you based your recommendation.
Yeah. So the recommendation for this one is the VRF, or variable refrigerant flow. It's more efficient in terms of energy savings. It's better than the conventional unit because one condenser unit can cater to multiple units. So for this case, we're using two condenser units. On this part of the room, we're using one system. Okay. And on the other part, we're using another condenser unit for that.
Let's talk about the brand that you've brought in here.
So for this project, we used Hisense. Recently, we partnered with Hisense. Just last year, they launched their air conditioning brand. They've been using the Japanese technology, Hitachi, and they're also using Johnson Controls. So as you can see, Hisense has very prominent companies backing them up in terms of their components and parts.
So talk to me about the kinds of units that you've installed.
So for this one, the one you see here is it's called the ceiling cassette type of FCU, or fan coil unit.
Okay.
So this covers more ground, it covers more floor area, because typically in a ceiling cassette you'd see 4 vanes. So the direction of airflow points to 4 directions, as compared to the wall-mounted type wherein it has only one direction of flow. Right? And also, it saves a lot of space.
It is very practical, really, for open spaces, big open spaces, right? So, LA, why don't you show me the other units, particularly for the rooms, perhaps for the conference room?
Right? Let's go.
Okay, so for the conference room, what's this unit that you installed?
Right, so this one is a wall-mounted type of fan coil unit.
And I hardly hear anything, which is perfect because usually you would have very intimate meetings.
So to be technical about it, this should be below 35 decibels. Imagine 30 decibels is like being inside of a library.
Okay.
Then 20 decibels is like a ticking of a watch. So just imagine the unit is between 20 to 30 decibels.
So how do you determine the unit that you put inside a room in terms of size or the power of the unit?
Right, so we have a computation for that. Typically, there's a rule of thumb in computing, but there's also a heat load calculation that we conduct when measuring the capacity of the unit. So for a boardroom of this size, we selected a 2 horsepower unit for you.
So that considers the size of the room and I guess as well the number of people that will be in that room.
Yes.
Correct. So now I'd like to see the other units you installed in the smaller studio rooms.
Right? Okay, let's go.
So this is one of the studio rooms and it's about 9 square meters. So in this particular case, what were your considerations?
We considered the number of people who will be using the room. We also considered the lighting fixtures that you will use, and also the laptops or computer units.
Okay.
So we selected about a 1 horsepower for this size of a room. Right, so we placed the unit right smack in the middle. Basically, it would help you save money instead of boring on a solid concrete wall, wherein we place it right in the I-beam.
Okay. You put all of these things into consideration as a contractor that has been doing this for such a long time already.
It's really a partnership more than anything. So we look into the needs and the requirements of the client, and we also look at what's convenient for the client as well and what would make this project a win-win for both of us.
So LA, in terms of servicing the after-sales component, how often are these units serviced?
So for these units, it's serviced every 3 months. If you look at our expertise in terms of the after-sales service, rest assured our clients, especially the ones who will buy the Hisense air conditioners, will be serviced well.
And I'm glad, LA, that Dragon's Nest is now officially one of your partners. in our efforts towards nation building. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, John. It's been a pleasure and it's really an honor to be part of this project. Thank you again.
Thank you.